Welcome back, still watching the Ben Breakfast Show, and like I said, we have a wonderful guest in the studio today. She's an award-winning entrepreneur, she's a motivational speaker, she's a businesswoman, she wears a lot of crowns. But before we bring her in, let's just go into this little clip to have an idea of what we're talking about. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Bianca, founder and creator of Bianca Miller London, and you may remember me as the finalist on the BBC business show The Apprentice last year, where I first pitched my idea for nude tights. At Bianca Miller London, we offer a diverse range of nude tights, as we believe that women of all skin tones and ethnicities deserve to have the right nude to suit their skin tone. Using the latest technology, we can match your skin tone to our extensive range of control top tights. My passion for nude hosiery started at a tender age of 18, where as a December baby, it was a cold winter's night and I wanted to have nude tights to suit my ensemble. I trawled the shops, I went online, and I still couldn't find anything to suit me. And so I did what every fashionable 18-year-old does, I braved the cold. And so it began, going into the city, going to meetings, and then when I started my business in personal branding and image consultancy, my clients still couldn't find the right match for them. And that's when I realised there really was a niche there. With brands like Christian Louboutin starting his nude shoe collection, it was clear that he'd embraced the reality that there was growth in people of different skin tones and ethnicities wanting the right shade of nude. And so like Christian Louboutin, we've created 8 unique shades that we believe will cover the full spectrum, from English rose and Irish skin tones all the way up to sub-Saharan African. Our initial offering will be tights and lace hold-ups in our 8 shades, and we will then continue to give you new collections on a seasonal basis, and we manufacture right here in the UK. We have had interest from a large retail chain and online retailer here in the UK, as well as from boutiques from South Africa, and I really am happy to see these retailers accept the opportunity to change the retail environment.
Welcome back. Now you have an idea of who I'm talking about, and she's right here in the studio with us. Good morning, Bianca Miller.
Good morning.
Thank you for coming.
My pleasure.
We're so excited to have you in the studio today. And you know what? I don't even want to start with the Bianca Miller London first, because I know that's not the only thing you do. That I'm going to talk about later on, but I want to start about, because I know that you're an entrepreneur and you're a businesswoman, and you have this company called B Group, right?
Yes.
Yes, and you do, is it Be Branded,
yeah.
Be Employed, and Be Styled?
You've done your research,
Oh,
this is good.
my research, yes, I do. So can you tell us about I think we start with Be Branded.
Okay.
Yes, please do.
So Be Branded really is to help people who are already employed understand the impact of their personal brand on their career trajectory. Yeah. So how can you climb the career ladder if you haven't thought about how you market yourself? Yeah. Who are you online, face to face, you know, how are you dressing and so on. So that's really what Be Branded is about. Yeah. And really when I started the B Group, it was about the kind of life cycle of employment and growth in general. Yeah. So we wanted to make sure from Be Employed, we would go into schools, colleges and universities, help young people understand the impact of their personal brand on their employability. Yeah. We wanted to go into corporates and show people who are already employed the impact of their personal brand on their future. Yeah. And then Be Styled was really a team of stylists that will take our clients shopping.
I like that. Yeah. Yeah, so, and apart from the shopping, because you said something like it goes beyond your image, they also teach you how to be confident. So can you tell us about that?
So, you know, confidence is different for different people, but really it's about being able to embrace the way you communicate. It's dressing in a way that makes you feel happy and confident, but also reflects that environment that you're working in. It's being able to meet someone for the first time and, you know, look them in the eye and smile at them and have the right posture and everything that makes someone think you're confident. True. And we work a lot with people on that confidence building and especially presenting. I mean, you guys are obviously amazing at presenting. You're used to being in front of the cameras, but the average person isn't. Yeah, you know? I know. Someone says to them, "Can you go and present that piece of work?" And they're like, terrified.
I know. Yeah. So, Chinade.
Yeah, of course. I was still on business, but I'm just intrigued to know something. Firstly, When did you actually realize you had to resign from your job? Because according to your profile, you had a fantastic job. But when did it occur in your mind that I need to resign?
You know, I think I was always going to be an entrepreneur. I was selling things in my bedroom from like the age of 7.
Wow.
So I always had that kind of entrepreneurial spark. And I had a great job. But I looked at the people who were in kind of senior management and executive positions. I thought, do I want to be them in 5, 10 years? And as much as wonderful as they were, that wasn't really my ambition. And so it was only when I started getting a taste for personal branding that I realised how much I kind of loved it and thought this could actually be the business. Aww. And that was the moment back in 2012. So yeah.
So was that what led you to go for BBC Apprentice?
No, I guess, you know, I was in personal branding, I was building my name, my credibility, but I'd always had this frustration with tights, like from the age of 18. I know it sounds really small, but the reality is, you know, as a black woman, and I'm not particularly dark, I couldn't get the right tights, and I couldn't understand why. And working in the city, the expectation was that you wore hosiery. And it frustrated me that I couldn't. I looked at my darker skinned friends, I looked at my white friends, and they were wearing the wrong colour too.
So what colour? I'm quite intrigued there. So, I mean, because you're a December baby according to your profile, right? So you're looking for these tights at the age of 18. And you couldn't find the right colour. What colour were you looking for?
I was looking for the colour that looked like my skin.
Like, you couldn't find them on all the houses.
I know it sounds really weird. I know, and especially men are like, what is this?
Yeah, they don't understand. I understand what you're talking about.
Women, we've struggled with makeup for years, getting the right tone to suit our skin tone. And tights are the same. They had this funny pinkish beige kind of colour that they often nude or American tan. And who is, you know, not many people are that nude, that colour.
Yeah, and you know, talking about, okay, now we've got to tights, which I wanted us to talk about the last one. We're already there. So talking about, can you tell us about your journey on the BBC Apprentice? How was it? How did you feel when, did you feel, oh, I'm going to get in there to win, or you just wanted to have the experience?
I absolutely went in there to win.
Okay.
You know, my husband suggested I'd apply, and I kind of didn't really want to. I was a bit worried about what it could potentially do for me, my career, my business. And then when I applied and realised 80,000 people also applied,
wow.
When I got to that audition, I thought, you know, I better do this. And you know, I was nervous. I was very afraid of what potentially could happen. I could have been fired in week 1. I wouldn't be here now. You probably want to talk to me. Thanks. You know, that was worrying for me. But at the same time, there was the potential I could win £250,000 and be able to build this new business in retail. And quite frankly, I knew nothing about retail. I still don't know very much about retail. And so it's that kind of, that experience is why I went for it.
And obviously you still stuck by that idea you took to BBC Apprentice. Even though you didn't win, you still felt, you know what, I'm still going to go ahead and do it. So how were you didn't win the £250,000. But I'm happy you're still here and you did it. So how did you raise funds?
In the end, you know, I had multiple meetings with investors, all sounding all very positive, and nothing came to fruition. No one put any money in. So I thought, I'm going to put my money where my mouth is, and I'm going to do it myself. And I'm going to have to do it small scale. You know, I spent nowhere near £250,000. I don't have that sort of money. But I did what I could. So I negotiated hard. I went to manufacturers in the UK. I managed to get someone who would happily supply me with smaller numbers. And I just built the brand from there because, you know, when I finished the show, I had a choice to make. Do I continue with my first business?
Or you go back to the
or do I, you know, start this other business? And I thought, you know, should I do this or not? But people kept coming up to me in the street saying, where are these tights? You know, I'm a black woman, where's my tights? I'm Asian, you know, I'm white, whatever. And so I just thought I'd do it, and I'd do it small scale and see how it goes. And now, you know, it's doing quite well.
Fantastic. I mean, still talking about the BBC Apprentice, you faced a lot of tough, you know, competition among other competitors. But then, you know, you're finalists, you know, among all those that, you know, competed for that 250,000. Now, how was that sort of like boosted your confidence after, you know, being finalists of The Apprentice on BBC, you know, one of the best channels? So how has that, you know, boosted your confidence?
You know, it was phenomenal, really, because people were reaching out. We had something like 15,000 people hit the website that night of the final. You know, you wouldn't get that in a normal scenario where you've started a business from scratch. You wouldn't get that sort of kind of fanfare so early. And so it was great for my confidence. And it's, you know, partly it's been a lot of work for me reminding people that I had a business before The Apprentice, because I think people suddenly think these people are born on the show and they're suddenly business people. And it's kind of reminding them, actually, I've been doing this for 4 years, but at the same time, it's been great. It's been an amazing platform, and I can't complain.
Yeah. So talking about the tights, which I like,
you go back to the
because I love it, because it's a breakthrough. This is something that's actually crossed my mind before, and I'm happy. Like, okay, when I heard about it, I'm like, okay, somebody was actually thinking like me. Yeah. But Bianca actually took the step. So I'm really, really happy, because, like you said, we all struggle. We're all safe. I only wear black tights. Yeah. Because that's just the safest thing. But the nude thing, Chinade, let me explain to you, is actually meant to be your skin color. So like now she's wearing the tights, but you can't really tell because it's like a skin color. So, and we women of color don't really have that here. So it's, there's nothing like creating a solution to a particular problem. Yes. So how are you able to like choose the colors and choose the skin tones? Yeah. Did you put like, okay, you're Asian, black, how did you get all the skin tones together?
So apparently, according to some research by Pantone, there's 110 skin tones in the world.
Wow.
Okay, so I started with that and then realised it wasn't commercially viable to do 110 different pairs of tights. So we had to kind of peel it back, and I realised that the density of the material is 15 denier, which is like quite a light density, means that actually each pair probably complements about 5 to 7 different skin tones. Okay. So then I said, okay, I've got 8 colours here. I want to go from the palest kind of Irish skin tones, English skin tones, to a darkest African skin tone. How many do I need? And that's kind of how I ended up doing the research. So we ended up with 8. And I just brought some samples for you here. But essentially, each colour is representative of different skin tones. And I really didn't want to leave anyone out, because I know there are brands who have just catered to women of colour. But actually, there was other people struggling.
Oh, yeah. Struggling. Like the way you said Christian Louboutin started, because the nude for everybody is like the basic nude. I don't want to use the word I want to use, but the basic nude. Everybody thinks it's the nude. So I end up wearing a nude shoe, but it still looks a bit cream on me. I'm meant to wear a nude shoe that will just blend with my skin, and you don't even know I'm wearing something. So I'm sure the way you were thinking about it, Christian Louboutin, thought, okay, I think I should be able to cater to all women of color, Asian, Caucasian, So, and that's what you've decided to do. So if you're going to fit me into this, is this a Pantone, right?
Yes, Pantone.
Your Pantone, where am I going to fit into?
I think you're chocolate or chestnut. That would be my guess here.
Okay, chestnut.
So if you literally just put that over your hand. So these are available in Topshop now, so you can match in store. But that's kind of, I think that's a good colour for you.
Yeah, it is.
Or the chocolate is slightly darker. So
no, that's
actually
darker.
We've got women who want to be a little bit darker.
On this.
So sometimes your legs are not out all day and your arms are, so you might want to match your arms as opposed to trying to match your legs. And it just depends. We have customers who buy a summer shade and a winter shade, to cater to them. So and now you have that chance, which you didn't before.
We do, and I'm going to Topshop to get a whole lot. So if you want to like buy now, is it only at Topshop and Selfridges?
No, so we're not in Selfridges anymore, but we are in Topshop, and we're in 8 stores in Topshop. So 3 in London, 1 in Edinburgh, 1 in Birmingham, 1 in Chicago, and 2 in New York. So we've kind of got now an international ability to service that market. But we're also available online. So www.biancamillalondon.com, and we have all of our 8 shades in tights and hold-ups, whereas Topshop only have 5 and only in tights.
Okay.
So. Well, I was going to
you know what?
I'm a bit switched off.
Because it's like a girly thing, and we understand. Don't worry. So I'm a bit switched off.
I'm a bit switched off, but I know she wears. You wear brown. You wear black. Okay, I wear socks. I just wear. I just put on pairs of socks. So now, what about the men? What have you done for the men? Is there anything?
I haven't done anything as such for the men. I mean, we actually have quite a good male customer base.
And what do they go for?
They buy the colours.
Oh, really?
For themselves, for their wives.
For themselves?
Yeah, no, there's a mixture. Some of them for themselves, some of them for their wives.
Really?
Yeah, we've got a great customer in America who bought 3 shades because he wasn't sure which colour he might
for
be.
Himself?
And but we do get a lot of men buying for their wives as
and
gifts.
Then I was also going to ask, obviously you're a businesswoman, very busy, but what other passions do you have? How does Bianca relax? Yeah, how does Bianca relax?
I like trying new things. So
what are those things?
And holidays. Okay. So I like holidaying. So I try and do 3 holidays a year if I can. I like trying new things like indoor skydiving.
Oh, okay.
I'm not an outdoor. I'm quite fearful of heights. So
I
decided, I could do it safely in a safe environment. So indoor skydiving, indoor surfing. Like I like trying new things.
And before we move on, Bianca has brought some tights here. For the first color and the second color, you can have a free Bianca Miller nude collection. You don't want to miss this. Please, you know the number to call is 028-808-0693. Please get the phone ringing. Okay, I wanted to say just women, but I heard Bianca said most of our customer base are men. So a man too can win for your wife. Winter is coming, you know, we need this. So you need to call so you can win yourself these goodies. And if you don't, I'll take it home. So yeah, Bianca, continue like your hobbies, yeah?
Yeah, so just, you know, relaxing, cooking, having family over. I had, you know, lots of family over last night. You know, it's nice to be able to just have your downtime with your loved ones. And I love that time.
So do you play the, I mean, I know when you're busy, you're busy like Tommy or myself, we're all busy, but do you play the housewife at times for your partner?
What do you mean housewife? What do you mean?
Play housewife. He's there watching Man United and Chelsea.
Arsenal, he's an Arsenal fan.
The onions and tomatoes are turning themselves around in the kitchen.
I like cooking, and my husband doesn't like cooking, so someone has to cook. So yes, I cook, and I like to keep a nice home. But I guess so. If that's playing the house.
So anything in the pipeline apart from your tights? Do you need to like Chinade is asking for men collection? Yes. Do you think you will?
I don't have any plans for a male collection as yet. We're going to work on doing more things in the tights, in the arena of tights. We're launching black tights shortly because lots of customers said we like the quality, so we want it in black. And we'll be doing some more things next year. And then next year I have a book coming out.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What's it about?
It's called Self-Made. So it's a book, myself and my husband have written it, and it's just about how to start a business. You know, without the huge investment that a lot of people are having now, what do you actually do? How can you get your business to market without having all of that money and exposure potentially?
Interesting.
Yeah, and you know, you spoke about the youths, I think on your website, empowering the youths into entrepreneurship and startup. Why did you say it's important for the young people now growing up today to get into entrepreneurship than you know, working in retail, call centers? You know, why would you say it's important?
I think it's important to be employed or be an entrepreneurial. I'm not saying everyone should be an entrepreneur, but I think the skills of entrepreneurship.
Sorry to call. You see, they want to win the tights. So we have a caller on the line. Hello, good morning.
Hello, my name is Mark.
Oh, it's a guy. Okay.
Yeah, it's a guy, yeah. And I know I've got the most gorgeous legs in the world, but I'll just let you ladies off with that. I can have those tights for my sister, actually.
Okay, that's nice, Mark. Thank you. So thank you, Mark, for calling. Do you have anything to say to Bianca?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, when she was in the Apprentice, because like when she was down on the Apprentice, you know, she had a big black audience watching the show, and a lot of black people were rooting her up for winning, but we were hoping she'll be the female version of Tim Campbell. But I was going to ask you, did you feel like you deserved to win, and because we're all rooting for you to win, and do you think that you could have gone further and won the competition if you just didn't have that little mishap of being voted out, or being fired, so to speak?
Yeah, I mean, it came to the very last second, really. I mean, being in the final, it's between you and one other person. And I wasn't fired, I should point that out, because I just didn't win. So, one was hired, one wasn't. And it was tough. I mean, the reality is that getting to that point, I think, is amazing. Of course, I would have liked to have won. I think Tim Campbell's phenomenal, and I would love to have walked in his footsteps. But at the same time, I think I'm so happy that I've had the community really, you know, pushing me and supporting me. And I think sometimes there's a lot to be said for actually not winning, but doing it anyway. I don't want... talking about the next generation, I don't want young people to think, oh, you need to win a show or you need to get investment in order to be successful. I think there's so much that you can do as an individual, obviously with your support network around you, in order to be that success. And I'm hoping that people see that.
Can I also ask then, because like me and my sister were talking about this during the period the show was on, was that sometimes you notice that the people that didn't win get much more investment and become much more successful than those that did win.
True.
If that makes any sense.
I think actually, if you look at Mark, so Mark has done extremely well. I think according to the papers, he's had more than £1 million turnover in the last year. So I think he's been very successful. I think people don't necessarily highlight in the media the successes of the winners.
Yeah.
And I think that some of them have done very well, and some people who are second place have done very well. Some of them haven't.
Yeah.
So it just really depends on the person. I think their motivation, their determination, and I think the show isn't everything. I think a lot of people depend on the show and say if they don't have that platform, that's it. And I think it's so important to realise there's so much more that you can do.
Okay. So Mark, are you there?
He sounds like he wants to apply.
Okay, yeah. Mark, you said you sound like you want...
Does my sister get the tights then?
Oh yes, definitely. There's one, I hope it's a colour, but this is latte.
You can write in and tell me what colour, and we'll get the right colour for her.
Oh, okay, perfect. Or chestnut. So anyway, we're going to allow you try any of the two, and let's see. And if it's wrong, Bianca will fix you up. So Bianca was saying that, do you want to go for the BBC Apprentice?
Hello?
Mark, Bianca was saying, do you want to apply for the BBC Apprentice?
Yeah, I'd love to. I've got some fantastic business ideas.
Okay.
Good, go for it.
Yeah, we wish you good luck in your future endeavors. So, yeah, thanks for calling. Bye. So, yeah, Bianca, thank you. Keep the calls coming in. It's 028-808-0693. One more to go. If you don't call, it's a win-win situation. I'll still keep it. And Chinade can still have it because Bianca says men are wearing tights now.
Well, I'm still waiting for the
men collection.
The main collection.
The socks. I've heard men have asked me for nude socks, but I'm just not sure why they need nude socks.
Maybe so to feel like they're not wearing.
Yeah, so they can wear. Apparently, they can wear boat shoes and loafers and look like it's
true. It's smooth.
Yeah,
true.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, still talking about so the youths. Empowering the youths of today. Tell us about any success stories that you've. Done your motivational speaking, and what have the youths actually said to you after
I mean, for the last 4 years, I've been going to schools, universities, corporates, working with young people, and it's when you get I get a lot of emails or messages on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever, saying, Bianca, because of you, I've gotten this job, or because of you, I'm more confident, or because of you, I've created my LinkedIn profile, I started my business. It's those types of emails I think are so important. But as I was saying, it's not about me trying to make everyone an entrepreneur. I don't think everyone should be. But the skills of an entrepreneur are such that it's so important in any business. Say you get a job, you still want to know those skills, how to market, how to communicate, all of those things are so important. And most companies now expect people to be entrepreneurial. So to be an entrepreneur but be employed at the same time. And so the more skills you have in that arena, the better.
Okay, so time not always on our side.
Time was on our side, but I've enjoyed the show, really. I mean, I've enjoyed talking to you, especially that you've mentioned that when you went on the BBC Apprentice, it's not about just winning, but just getting there is a great achievement. Final words for the viewers, the young ones, and Mark, the Macs and all those people that want to go for BBC Apprentice, or because sometimes you might not, like she said, you might not have to do that before you bring your dreams come to life. So Bianca, what do you have to tell them?
I think just go for it. There are times in life where people will say you can't do it, or they don't think they believe in your idea, but do the research, do the legwork, find out who your market is and go for it, because I think it's better to have tried and failed than never to have tried. True. So don't be afraid and just do it.
Oh, thank you so much for coming. We really like that advice and I'm taking that home too.
Good.
Thank you so much. And still on the Ben Breakfast Show. We hope you enjoyed our interview session with Bianca Miller. Like we said, if you need any of the tights, you can get at Topshop and biancamiller.com.
BiancaMillerLondon.com.
BiancaMillerLondon.com. Sorry, what's wrong with me right now? Okay, yes. So, we will be right back after the break. Don't go anywhere.
Hi, I'm Bianca, founder and creator of Bianca Miller London, and you may remember me as the finalist on the BBC business show The Apprentice last year, where I first pitched my idea for nude tights. At Bianca Miller London, we offer a diverse range of nude tights, as we believe that women of all skin tones and ethnicities deserve to have the right nude to suit their skin tone. Using the latest technology, we can match your skin tone to our extensive range of control top tights. My passion for nude hosiery started at a tender age of 18, where as a December baby, it was a cold winter's night and I wanted to have nude tights to suit my ensemble. I trawled the shops, I went online, and I still couldn't find anything to suit me. And so I did what every fashionable 18-year-old does, I braved the cold. And so it began, going into the city, going to meetings, and then when I started my business in personal branding and image consultancy, my clients still couldn't find the right match for them. And that's when I realised there really was a niche there. With brands like Christian Louboutin starting his nude shoe collection, it was clear that he'd embraced the reality that there was growth in people of different skin tones and ethnicities wanting the right shade of nude. And so, like Christian Louboutin, we've created 8 unique shades that we believe will cover the full spectrum, from English rose and Irish skin tones all the way up to sub-Saharan African. Our initial offering will be tights and lace hold-ups in our 8 shades, and we will then continue to give you new collections on a seasonal basis, and we manufacture right here in the UK. We have had interest from a large retail chain and online retailer here in the UK, as well as from boutiques from South Africa, and I really am happy to see these retailers accept the opportunity to change the retail environment.